Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for January 2023. We're going to just jump right in here, Gemini, and we're going to look at your general energies in this first row. You have this card that says acceptance on it. So what are you accepting? Let's see. Some of you could be accepting someone's nature is what I'm getting here, especially if you had like someone who is like Knight of Wands in and out of your life. Maybe it was a person that you thought you were going to marry, but I feel like they were very inconsistent with their energy here. So some of you might just be accepting that, or you could be accepting the situation, which is probably like the best way to move forward, right? So if you're trying to move forward towards something else, then, I would say that could be very, very good for you. The other thing is I feel like you're accepting that it's kind of like you're accepting your spontaneous nature is what I'm getting here. And I feel like you understand that sometimes things have to change for them to work. So like in work or business, for example, I feel like you're realizing that you can't stay stuck on like one idea for too long, especially if something isn't working. And that's really what I get here. This is a very, it's kind of interesting. This is a very successful reading, is what I feel like saying, because number one, you have a lot of people showing up here, so you could be dealing with a lot of people, but I also feel like your kind of like acceptance, you accepting things as they are, is the thing that's going to lead to so much success. You have the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Again, for some of you could have had an inconsistent energy in your life. I feel like you could have had a person that you thought you were going to marry and it just didn't work out, especially with that Hierophant. But it looks to me, you go Hierophant, Strength card to the King of Cups. It looks to me like you could be finding someone that you will actually marry very, very quickly. You even have the Page of Cups in the area of what's coming towards you. So it looks to me like there's new love coming in for you. For others, I feel like you need to, for all of you really, I would focus on fulfillment. You're not the only sign to get a message like this, but I feel like there could be just a lot of opportunities for you to not feel fulfilled. And there could be other opportunities for you to definitely feel fulfilled. And I would choose fulfillment. Like maybe there are things that you want to do and there are other things that you don't want to do in your life at this time. And again, I would focus on doing things that bring you fulfillment and joy. The Knight of Wands, he really represents following your desire. And it's like there could be things that you're not doing that you desire to do. You could be desiring to start a business. You could be desiring to take part in a hobby. I would do the things that you want to do here. You have the Hierophant as well. Again, I get a lot on this Hierophant. For some of you, I'm wondering if there were, again, if you recently experienced a breakup, it could have been due to kind of like your beliefs or maybe the way that the two of you were raised was completely different. And that could have caused some challenges here. But I don't know. I see you kind of like moving more towards someone else who's much more consistent, much more predictable as well. And I don't mean that like in a boring, bad way, but I just feel like you couldn't, if this past person, if you had this past person, I just don't think you could predict anything. Very erratic. I feel like you're kind of moving away from that, let's put it that way. With the Hierophant, you have this affair card. Someone could have had an affair. This card does not really represent an affair. It's a positive card. It's meant to represent like a positive love affair, but I do feel some of you, a situation could have ended due to like a love affair or something like that. With the Knight of Wands, you have this decisions card. See, I feel like someone needs to make a decision here, and I feel like it's you. This is Mars and Gemini, this card, so, I feel like it's you that needs to make the decision on what to do. I also feel like like I said earlier, I feel like you are the one that's very flexible right now. And I feel like because you're flexible, it's like you're more able to adapt to new situations that are coming into your life. And again, I feel like this is what's leading you to success. If you're leaving someone behind, and for some of you, you might just be leaving something behind, like a job or a business, it's like not flexible. I feel like what you're moving towards is adaptability. And that's the thing that's going to make you very successful. It's like if you stayed in this past situation, I feel like it would just be like your feet would be frozen where you were. So you're moving to a much more kind of like better flow. I hope that makes sense. With the Ace of Cups, you have this idealism card. So I'm wondering, again, if this is a past relationship, I'm wondering if both of you idealized the situation, or maybe they or you idealized the situation and thought it was actually going to be better than it actually was. And or maybe there was just a lot of fantasies is kind of like what I'm getting here. And sometimes I think when we get into something, we create these fantasies. It's like when they don't happen, it can lead to disappointments, but also, like it can create a lot of expectations and, all this other stuff. So I kind of feel that for you here. I do feel like there are some ideal situations coming in for you. I don't think anything in life can be perfect, but I do feel you can create more perfect situations in your life, things that just have a better flow, that are more adaptable and all that other stuff. Next in the area of what you don't see coming, you have the Fates card. So Fate. I feel like there could be fated events and situations coming in for you. I want to see what this next card is. Yeah, you have this To Be Fair card. So there could be like more fairness or more balance entering into your life. But with the Fates card, I do feel like there could be fated, like positive changes coming in for you here. So I really like to see that. I also feel there's like a sense of you kind of moving more towards your destiny, which is nice. You have the Four Swords, the Strength card, and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. So again, if you got out of something, you could be a little bit wounded, but I feel as soon as you open up, this is going to lead to something much, much better in your life. We literally see it in both directions. Going this way, King of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles, someone who actually wants to put in the work. Going this way, Page of Cups like an admirer who actually wants to put in the work. King of Pentacles to me is a permanent connection. It's something that lasts forever. So if you're attracting love with that, that could be what's coming in for you. I feel like you've been very patient here with the Strength card, and I kind of feel like saying the wait is over for you, Gemini, and maybe that's what's unexpected. Again, is this like totally unexpected? I would say no. I just think sometimes like when we're working towards something for a really long period of time, or when we're trying to heal something for a really long period of time, it's like when it's over, when the wait is over, we're like, what? Like, it's kind of like a little bit surprising that it's finally over. So I feel like saying the wait is over. The wait for what, though? We're going to have to find out. Now, you have the Four Swords here. Four of Swords, of course, is a card of resting, relaxing, recovering. It's also a card of blessings. And again, right next to it, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is also a card of blessings. But there's a person right here who is receiving blessings from another person in this stained glass window. So I feel there are some blessings, obviously, coming in for you here. Some things that are probably going to make you very happy. But let's see. With the Four Swords, you have this Domination card. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of rising up the ranks. I feel that some of you could be, I don't think you're like dominating anything, but I do feel, well, you could be like dominating in business, but I really feel this is like talking about work or business, and it's like you're finally overcoming something. Like I said, the wait is over. With the Strength card, you have this Independence card. I feel like you've learned how to be very independent. It's like you've gathered your independence, and I kind of feel this is through seeing something. Like maybe a person left you for another person or something here. We kind of see that, someone in and out. But I feel like you're realizing that they were codependent and you're independent. Big difference, right? And so I feel like you're kind of realizing where you stand. And this is leading to much more success, I feel, in like all areas of your life. I also feel like you're seeing like what you're truly capable of. The Strength card, I always say she has her hands in a lion's mouth. And I always say, like, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So I feel like you're seeing like what you're truly capable of at this time. You could be accomplishing, great things. With the Nine of Wands, you have this Revenge card. No revenge. As I always say, I mean, this is very much Mars retrograde and Gemini type energy. So I tell people avoid revenge or thinking that you should get revenge at all cost. If you're thinking about it, then number one, like if you're thinking about a person getting karma, then they're not going to get it because you're thinking about it. You're not trusting that the universe is going to take care of a situation. But, again, I would just like avoid the revenge thinking, whatever you want to call it, at all cost, plain and simple. Next, what are we doing? What's coming towards you? You have this Shift card. It says taking your career in a totally different direction, having the courage to change course, continue to grow, change, and learn. You also have this card that says learn when to say no, avoid clutter, slow down, and quiet your mind. Again, for some of you, for a past relationship, I feel like you're moving past it towards something new. And I feel like you've learned to say no because of this relationship, or maybe you've learned to put up certain boundaries with people because it's like maybe you were giving and not getting. Like anything is what I feel here. So I feel like you're moving on from that. For others, I definitely feel a change in career and work. You have the Eight of Pentacles as your last card as well. So for a lot of you, I feel there's like much better opportunity as far as your earnings are concerned. It's like you're finding new or better opportunities that can make you more money and like all that other good stuff as well. You have the Justice card. the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. So I do feel for some of you, clearly this is the area of what's coming towards you, and there could be a water sign coming in for you. It could be any sign. You have water, fire, earth. You have basically everything here. So, take it how it resonates. The Page of Cups can just be a kind of like a secret admirer is the word I was looking for, Gemini. So there could be like a secret admirer. It doesn't have to be a secret though. Everybody could know. So, I would just go for it. Whatever happens, happens, right? I also feel this could be like some sort of dream. He has this fish in the cup there, and I always say that fish kind of represents something that is part of his imagination. He might be like dreaming of his future life or something he wants to create, but he has to like grab onto that fish. He has to bring it down to earth to make it happen. And you have the Justice card here. So justice is cause and effect. It says when you put energy into something, when you put energy on one side of the scale, does it tilt in your favor or does it go in the other direction? So I'd be paying very close attention to cause and effect. I feel for a lot of you that what's coming towards you is cause and effect. Like literally, if you you're going to get direct feedback on the things that you're working on, which we also see with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is very similar. So, it's a card of direct feedback. You put work into something, do you get a result? Is the answer yes? Then keep going. If the answer is no, stop. Plain and simple, right? So I feel as long as you're following those kind of like direct feedback rules, then you're going to be very successful. Obviously, if you're not following the direct feedback rules, then it might not be, things might not go according to plan, right? So I would make sure to follow the rules. I would also say if you're like, you end with a courthouse card, if you're dealing with anything in like court or, divorce or something like that, or even, it could even be like a negotiation. I do feel that this could be you getting results very quickly in the negotiation, or it's like a court situation could be wrapping up as well. You have the King of Cups here. Kind of interesting because I feel like some of you, this could be like a vacation or, it could be like an opportunity to travel or go on vacation for some of you. I'm also getting moving. There's something about travel here popping into my head. So, again, I read intuitively and that's what I'm getting here. So I feel like some of you could be traveling, moving, doing any of those things with the King of Cups. Obviously, I also feel this could be a person who's coming in for you. I do feel this could be a person that you do marry in the future. You have the, in that same diagonal, you have the Hierophant. And I really feel this person has very stable emotions. Again, the King of Cups, he's sitting in the middle of the ocean in that, very deep water, but he's perfectly fine. There's choppy waters all around him, but he doesn't care. So it usually represents someone who has like very stable emotions or who is very stable emotionally. And I kind of feel like you could be attracting, a person like that. I also feel that could be your emotions. Like I feel like your emotions could be very secure or stable. Let's see. With the Justice card, you have this Authority card. I feel like some of you are dealing with authority or are dealing with authority figures or something like that. And, this could be where the justice in your life is coming from. It could be like there could be balance as well coming from in like some sort of authority type situation. Feels like a totally separate message. It's kind of weird. It's like if you're dealing with work or something in business, I feel there could be balance coming in between like you and a boss or something. Maybe you got into an argument with a boss or something like that. I don't know. With the Page of Cups, you have this manipulation card. This card is not like manipulation, like manipulative energy. It's about manipulating the energy. So it's really a card of the law of attraction and using the law of attraction. So again, for some of you, if you're attracting a person into your life, I feel like you've asked for this. That's only for those of you, obviously, that have asked for it. But I feel like some of you have been, like, asking the universe to bring you the right type of person or a good person or whatever. And it looks like you're like, the wait is over, like I said earlier, for you. And I feel like you're attracting it very quickly. I also feel like you could be manifesting, like, the steps. If we go this way, Page of Cups, manipulation, to the Eight of Pentacles, if you're trying to build something like a business, a new career, if you're trying to change in your career, find more success, or whatever the case may be, this to me is saying you're attracting the steps. So, again, I think right now at this time for the rest of your life, we have to be super flexible in how we get the things that we want. It's not like the good old days where you could just think, oh, I'm gonna take these steps and accomplish my goal. It's a little bit different. Because of the astrology. I feel like we're attracting steps. We're learning to maybe follow our inspirations more and things like that. So just pay attention to your inspirations. With the King of Cups, you have this innovation card. I do feel you could be attracting a person who is like very innovative. I feel like they have a lot of ideas. They're probably like a little bit dreamy. Again, Page of Cups, King of Cups. They might have like this dreamy, futuristic kind of mentality. I don't think it's a bad thing though. I feel like they're probably super successful. King of Pentacles, very stable, very hardworking, all that other stuff. So definitely very good. I also feel this is saying that if you're attracting a person, probably very different than what you're used to. At the end here, for messages from your future self, you have this Distant Horizons card. You also have this Courthouse card. If you're dealing with something legal, again, I feel like you could be getting some answers, or you could be wrapping things up legally with this energy. I also feel that there are some changes that are coming in for you in the future that are probably going to blow your mind. Like, this card always blows my mind. It's like a futuristic, it's like a futuristic scene. So I feel like there's something happening in the future. You have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. If you're attracting love, again, I kind of feel this is your future self saying, like, I kind of get power couple vibes here. Normally, I would need like a Emperor and Empress, or the same sign, that like two, the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, or Queen of Wands, King of Wands, right? For me to say this is a power couple. But, what I will say is I do feel you could be attracting someone where it's like the two of you together work very well together, and this couldn't be increasing your finances or both of your finances. It's increasing something. There's a lot of success here. But the King of Pentacles is a card of stability and growth. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you with the King of Pentacles. I feel like focus here. Like, I feel for some of you, it's like, are you doing as much as you can? I don't know. If you have a business here, Gemini, I would say, like, are you doing... I don't even think it's about like working harder. I think it's more about working smarter, or making sure that you're doing things that kind of keep you growing. So I would make sure that you continue your growth. You have the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is a card of success and abundance. It's also a card of being very attractive at this time. So I feel like you're very attractive at this time. Doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you could just be attracting people into your life. She doesn't really care what people think. She does what she wants to do. She's sitting here. She's got this black cat, and the black cat in the tarot represents a time where black cats were unlucky in the times of tarot. And yes, I understand that that if you have a black cat right now, it's not unlucky. That's how I'm not talking about that, cat ladies. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this cat right here. And what I would say is that it really represents doing something that you want to do, not caring what anyone else thinks. So don't be afraid of like other people. I feel like your future self wants you to know that. You also have the Eight of Pentacles here. Direct results. I really feel this is probably the most important message here. This is the only thing I would be paying attention to if I were you. It's like, if I put work into something, do I get a result? If the answer is yes, keep going. Like, that is your message from the universe. I feel like the universe is literally saying, if something isn't working, then it's not for you. If something is working, then it is for you. I would definitely be following, again, I would be like following your inspirations. I would be following the evidence as well, as I stated. I think that's most important here. With the King of Pentacles, you have this restlessness card. I feel with the King of Pentacles, if you're feeling restless in like work or business, it means you're just doing things the same with the King of Pentacles. So the trick here is to try something new, which is true for everyone. Again, we're entering into this time of great innovation, I believe, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius this year. Of course, it is going to retrograde out, but I don't care. It's going in, and that's all that matters. That's what she said. So what I would say to you is innovate, try new things, try different things. That'll make you feel not restless. With the Queen of Wands, you have this concentration card. Didn't I say something about like focus with the King of Pentacles or something? There's something here about your focus. It keeps popping into my head, but it's not like a very clear message. So, take it how it resonates, but I would focus on exactly what you want in life. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have this optimism card. There are going to be a lot of reasons for you to be happy, because I feel like you're manifesting like money, abundance, success, all sorts of good stuff here, Gemini. So we're going to pull 5 main themes now for you. And we're going to see like what is going on for you at this time. You have this goldfish card. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Love it. Definitely. And we see this with the Eight of Pentacles. I think your trick is to just focus on what works. That will increase your finances. You have this bridge card. It says successfully overcoming a problem. So if you have any obstacles or challenges at this time, I feel like you will be obviously overcoming them very easily. You have this January card. And you also have this cobweb card. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. So if there's anything weird or negative popping up in your life, or if there are any concerns or worries that, something is going to go your way, or there's going to be a failure or whatever, I feel like you're clearly protected. And this month, You have this carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Didn't we talk about travel? I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure I said something. I was getting something about like traveling or moving. I would do it. It's kind of weird because it's popping into my head like you questioning it. Like maybe you're thinking about going on vacation, or maybe you're thinking about moving or traveling, but maybe you're also like not sure, because I feel this energy of kind of like thinking about it, questioning it, being like, do I do this? Do I not do this? I would do it, is what this is saying to me. You also have this wind chime card. It says peace and harmony. There's definitely peace and harmony coming in for you, Gemini, so love it. This looks really good, Gemini, so thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.